And it's Friday, which means it's time for our Athlete of the Week. Caden Perry is hard to miss when he suits up for Battleground, and major college programs around the country have already taken interest in the second-year varsity sophomore. He's had a lot of high-profile names come watch him play, but one person has meant more than the rest.
She'll be the mom that you hear yelling, "That's a foul! That's a travel! Come on, Caden, pick it up!"
Caden Perry and basketball have been synonymous for years. Well, more like feet.
They didn't want me being one of those kids that just was super tall and just wasted it. Like, oh, you play basketball? No.
At 6'9" and only a sophomore at Battleground, Caden could have more growing to do. But last year, the scare of his life cut him down to size. It started out like almost any other day until Caden came home from school and couldn't get a hold of his mom.
One of her friends answers the phone and is like, "We don't know what's going on. Your mom's not breathing. Your mom's not doing this," and just all of a sudden hit like that. And it was like next couple of days just didn't know what was happening. We weren't supposed to go see her for the first couple of days because it was scary.
Delina Perry was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, a disorder that attacks the nerves.
She couldn't talk for the first 6 months or something like that.
Delina spent about 6 months away from home recovering from the disease that had left her unable to talk and walk for months. Meanwhile, Caden was starting high school and trying to keep his focus on the sport his mom loved watching him play.
I love basketball. It's just kind of like, I don't really want to be here. I'd much rather be knowing what's going on with my mom.
Somehow, Caden balanced visiting his mom on the weekends with varsity basketball and all that comes with being a high school freshman during the week.
Always been there. I'm a little bit of a mama's boy and always love her. So I was like, going from like, oh, hey, is there food ready, to be like, hey mom, do you need me to go feed you? Or like, just huge difference. I really feel like I've matured because of this though.
Caden's mom is on the mend and his basketball stock is on the rise, with interest from nearly a dozen Division I programs, including Oregon, Oregon State, Gonzaga, and Washington.
He's a freak athlete, jumps out of the gym, he's very explosive off the floor. His motor's crazy. He never stops. He never comes out of the game. Rarely gets tired. It wasn't shocking at all. He's earned every bit of it.
Getting interest from these major basketball programs has been a great feeling, but it'll be hard to top the moment earlier this season when his #1 fan was back in the stands.
A couple minutes into the first quarter, and I just remember looking over there, standing in the corner, smiling and doing a little head nod at me. And this is probably one of the best wins I've had.
Cannot wait to see where you end up, Caden. Congratulations. And don't forget, if you'd like to nominate an Athlete of the Week, you can send me a message, aj.mccord@coin.com. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm up on all of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A few years from now, we'll all be sitting around here and say, remember Caden when he was an Athlete of the Week? Because he's going to go on to do great things in college.
Yeah, and we've had a couple of kids like that. Ben Gregg was one a couple weeks ago, who is also a sophomore, also has a lot of interest from D1 programs, so it's fun to talk to these athletes at this level before their star really starts to shine and show you just what great kids they are in addition to being great athletes.
Thanks, AJ.